y'all, welcome back to the channel, man. This is American Dilly. And today, let me tell y'all, today, I got Dusty Leigh in the house, brother. Look, man, this is going to be a heartfelt interview, and y'all are going to enjoy it. So without further ado, man, Dusty, how the hell are you doing, brother?
Good, bro. I always staying busy. How about you?
Oh, man, busy. Busy doesn't even, busy's an understatement, you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy that we could get together and chop this up. So, man, you got an awesome website up. I'm not even gonna lie. I was checking it out and I was like, dude, how long have you been making music, man? Because this is impressive.
I've really been making. I was about 8. I started off writing like little parody songs, but I started professionally recording when I was about 15.
Damn.
And then I quit when I was about 17. And then I started again when I was 21 and took it really serious. So I'm 30 now.
Geez, so like almost all your life, almost.
Yeah,
like.
I wrote music my whole life, almost. I wanted to be a rapper or a comedian or a stuntman since I was a kid.
Hey, all three of them go together.
Yeah, I would say explains all the funny dumb shit I did, in my life. Like, what the hell? When they see that talk about the crazy stuff I've done, I'm like, yeah, I kind of aimed at this my whole life.
Dude, that is sweet, because I know, like, so the first time I saw you was the Risky Business cover. That was the first cover I saw, and I was like, whoa, okay, I know the movie Risky Business, so when I seen the cover, I was like, dude, I gotta check this out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But realizing that was a volume 2, I was like, man, this dude's been making music. He been doing a lot. How do you get the ideas to do creative stuff like that with your covers and stuff?
I started for a minute, I was theming all my albums and mixtapes off of movies. Even up to Keepsake Moment, my last one, which is really where I kind of started just embracing country rap. Keepsake Jones is themed off the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And, where I live is Louisville. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, but they call this whole area Kentuckiana because we're right across the bridge from Indiana. Louisville sits on the river that borders Indiana, so we call it Kentuckiana. So I came up with Keepsake Jones and themed it off of Indiana Jones.
Dude, that is sweet. And so so you're from Kentucky then, because I see you do a lot of music with them Tennessee cats, and it seems like you bounce around.
Yeah, I'm 2.5 hours from Nashville, so they got a big hip hop scene up there, musician scene. So I'm always in there working a lot.
Yeah, and it seemed like when you first it was like hip hop pop, but it seems like you have really started merging into or embracing, I don't know how you want to put it, the country side of everything.
I've always done it. The thing is I've just always been a musician. I've always loved music. So my biggest song up until country rap, really, even to this, actually still is a more like Pitbull type song. I did my whole first mixtape was rap, but it had like Pitbull stuff on it, gangster rap, all that. I just love doing music. So I think my hardest thing my whole career was identifying my audience, what stuck with me, what people embraced Dusty Leigh, what they wanted to see from Dusty Leigh. So a couple years ago, I was really hard into urban, music, urban rap. But I've been wanting to sing more, and I never sung on records for real. And I'm starting to sing on records, and I'm like, wow, this sounds good. And I was actually in a studio with John Stone, who's a huge country writer or whatever, and I was helping them. I was with Bubba Sparks, and I'm helping them write country songs. Yeah. And I'm writing it, and they're like, it's different. Why don't you get up there and sing it? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up there and sing, and I'm like, holy shit, this actually sounds really good. So the next studio session I had was with at Jim Johnson's studio with his artist Brad and producer Brad, and we come up with a song. It was the first song that really kind of sparked the whole, like, damn, I'm going to try to just do this country rap pop shit. And I call it R&C. I embrace the country rap thing, but I call it R&C because I feel like my music has country involved, but it has more bounce. It's more rhythm in it.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't feel like you can just say it's completely country rap because it's just, I feel like a lot of my songs are still like very major sounding. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Dude, that is like hearing how you put that together and stuff. That is awesome, man. Dusty Leigh, is that so? That's like your real name?
Yeah, my real name is Dusty Leigh. My first name's Dustin, middle name's Lee.
Dude, that's.
I think literally it's funny how that came up. My first rap name was D Red, so if anybody ever calls me D Red, you know me since I was a kid. And it was only because of rap when I first started rapping. Dude, 15 years ago, major studios were hard to get into. Like, you had to spend money, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I started doing music with these D-boys. And I'll never forget, I was this little white kid. I had to go down to they're like, my dude, was like my cousin. He was a big D boy at the time. And he said, man, my cousin out rap many of your friends. And they're like, man, bring his little ass down here. All the way in Louisville in the hood, in a car and gas station with hundreds of motherfuckers meet up. And I'm so fucking scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like 2 a.m. It's nothing good to be out there, you know? I'm like the only white fucking person there. And they're like, what you got? And I rap, and they're like, oh shit, we're gonna put you in the studio Monday. And all these dudes are huge D-boys, you know, like,
yeah.
So, well, I get in the studio or whatever, and they're like, so what's your rap name gonna be? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, well, your name's Dusty, so we're gonna call you D. And you've been wearing red the last 2 times I've seen you, so red. I'm like, oh. So that's my first rap name. And then fucking, when I came back, it was crazy how I started. I've been doing music for like a year or two again. Since I was like 18, I bought a studio. I've been doing it with my producer. And my producer literally worked with Outkast, Killer Mike, everybody. So I had dope producers and was doing songs. But I was still in my mind doing music because I love music.
Yeah.
Phase where I just thought that people told me I was good because they was my family and friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I never put it down. Well, I kept doing all this music, and then I just had a baby, and the mother of my child left, like, she went fucking AWOL. I mean, we're cool, super cool now, super tight, but she went AWOL and left me with my daughter, basically. And I was just, like, so heartbroken, but I had nothing else to do, so I started hanging out with getting a hold of other rappers and locally and wanting to do music. Well, I hooked up this one rapper, and we did this song called, I was a feature on it, and it was called Big Cups of Goose. And it was the first song we put out publicly or anything. It gets sponsored by Grey Goose, put on World Star, everything. So, and they're asking, like, well, it's about to drop. What's your rap name gonna be? And I'm like, nobody's ever called me Dusty in my life at this point either. And I'm like, Dusty Leigh. I couldn't think of nothing else, you know. And I was like, all right, that's what we're gonna roll with. And so we did. And next thing I know, the song was on World Star Hip Hop. And back then, World Star Hip Hop was a huge deal. Like,
oh yeah,
World Star Hip Hop was the biggest thing you could do.
Yeah.
And I'm the first white dude from Louisville really on it. And dude, I remember it changed my life so much at the time. I went from not drinking. I didn't drink. I was such a square, bro, that I didn't even know the difference between Grey Goose and vodka. I thought they were different shit, you know. And I didn't go to bars or anything. I remember walking into bars and being after that shit dropped, and people were just like, Dusty Leigh, my God, Big Cups of Goose. I'd walk in and I'd be drunk within literally 20 minutes, bro. Like, because people buying me shots and stuff. And it was just a very crazy transition in my life, you know. And that's how I started doing music, and I start seeing that, like, local artists. I see local artists talk about, man, thank you so much. We got 300 views this month, and da-da-da. And I'm like, damn, then my next song I dropped, which was like Used to Know. I did a cover of Used to Know, which is still tight as hell. But it did like 20,000 views in a week or something real crazy. And I'm just like, damn, I'm a lot better than these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept going with it. You know what I mean? I've been going with it the last like 9 years. So
that's sweet, dude. So all this time making music, like, who were your influences as a child? Like, what influenced like this? What we're hearing?
I wanted to rap because of I wanted to become a rapper because of Eminem, Haystack, and Bubba Sparks. So that's what I grew up on. Like, Haystack was my favorite, and Eminem and Bubba. You know, I love Bubba too. And it was like, I just thought it was the coolest shit ever. You know, these white dudes are so fly. Oh man. And I grew at first. The hip hop I really remember like being a fan of as a kid was Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I've met everyone. I've toured with every one of these people except Eminem. So it's like, it's been cool. It's been a cool journey. T.I. was my favorite for a very long time. Nelly. Oh,
I remember the Nelly. Especially when Country Grammar came out. Oh my.
Well, the funniest thing is, you know, my producer that produces 90% of my stuff is one of Nelly's producers. Like him and Coco. So Coco and J.E. produced like that whole St. Louis sound. So that's why my stuff has like a very Nelly sound in a lot of records.
Yeah, dude, that's coming full circle. Because you have. I mean, I've seen songs with you and Bubba Sparks. I've seen songs with you and Haystack. I've seen you went on tour with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like,
Yeah.
so it's almost like you have come full circle. Would you say that like doing something with Eminem would be like a dream collab, or is there somebody that you just have like in your mind, like, look, this is my dream collab?
Not even a dream collab for me. I'm just like, I'm not a fan of Eminem's new music really, so it's just like, but it's like, I mean, I still love Eminem. I still jam out Eminem and everything, but he's still not even one of my dream collabs. I've just changed over time. Like I tell people all the time, I had to become I was a different man when I fully embraced the music I was doing last year. Like, I don't even cuss in my songs anymore. The only way I cuss on records is if I'm doing a feature and they're cussing. So it's like, I just kind of was like, man, my kids can't even listen to my music. I want kids to be able to listen to my music. And I started doing music and not cussing in them, you know? And, like, I haven't cussed in a song that I've dropped in over a year now.
Dude, that's amazing. That's actually inspirational.
Which is like, I've been doing this. I just fully embraced it now. I've been doing it since one of my biggest songs, a song me and Haystack did 5 years ago, Live for the Moment. Never saw the video for it, nothing, but it streams 100,000 times a month. You know what I'm saying? And just on Spotify. So it's like, I've been doing this for years. You can go to my first mixtape. I have a lot of country rap on it. But the thing is, I wanted to do fist pumping music too, and then I wanted to do rock and roll rap. And I was just being a musician, you know?
Yeah.
And, the last 2 years, I found my sound, and I'm finding my way. You know what I mean?
I like that, man. And that, like I said, that is inspirational too, because a lot of people, like, when I interviewed Savannah Dexter, I told her that I like to be able to let my little girls listen to music, but it's hard nowadays.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So like how she makes a lot of music that they can listen to. I know some of it, you know, is like kick ass, but
my daughter's a fan, you know, songs she can listen to, Savannah.
Yeah, man. Speaking of Savannah, how did that come about, man? Big Trucks, man. That video was phenomenal. The lineup was phenomenal. Like, how did that morph?
It was very, very crazy how this all happened. It was actually very wild how this all happened. So, Brabo, I'd only ever heard Brabo's name ever in history of hip hop until it was on like beefing with somebody. So,
right.
Johnny Black started doing his social media. And he's like working with him, and I met Brabo at a Lacs Demun Jones concert in Cocoa, Florida. I forgot completely about it because I was so damn hammered. And that's when I just got into country rap, you know what I'm saying? And I remember Johnny started working with him. He's like, hey man, the Brabo dude wants to work with you. And I'm like, man, that dude's gonna end up dissing me or something, man. Like, dude, not talk to him. He's really cool. Like, I promise you, he's not even like that type of dude. Talk to him. And I'm like, all right. So we talk. I'm like, this fucking dude is nice as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's super sweet, man. And,
I thought the same thing when I interviewed him. I was like,
yeah, he's like, I got this artist. I want you to come down and just work on some records. I got this artist I'm about to drop too, man. And it's the whole Cat Raised Hell, like before she dropped one song, Savannah.
Yeah.
Go down there, and I work with him. I'm telling her, I'm like, you know, you're going to see when you drop this music, like, you're going to get a lot of fans, and you're going to do all this. I didn't know it was going to turn into this, but we have a bunch of songs we recorded that nobody's even ever heard, you know? And then I show up to her video shoot, Raised Hell, and they shoot that and everything. I see Brabo the next week. They drop that shit. It does crazy numbers or whatever. Well, Brabo's hit, like, I think they dropped that and then another song, and it did really well. And then it was like, Brabo's like, yo, we just did this record. He calls me out of nowhere. He's like, we just did this record, bro. He's like, I want you on it. And who else do you think we can get on it? And I'm like, yo, this did jams. And then I'm like, I mean, if you take out this word, and you do this, Demun Jones, I can probably get Demon on it. And he's like, all right, okay, right back. Some motherfucker calls me back 10 minutes later. Check it out. Shit's fire. It's Big Trucks hook. It's the hook we got. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. So long story short, I can get Demon on it. Demon said he'll do this. And meanwhile, me and Demon just planned to shoot the Joneses video, and then the next day in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm from Louisville. The next Saturday. And then we planned on shooting a video for him the next Sunday, right?
Right, yeah.
We're on the way, I forgot what we was doing, and I get a call from Demon. He's like, Brabo, one of them, they're like, man, Adam Calhoun's jumping on the record. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? I don't even understand how this is happening now. Like, this song's about to be huge. And
yeah.
So then, right now, he's like, man, Adam's his verse. Can you shoot the video? And me and Demon's supposed to be shooting a video already Saturday and Sunday. He's like, we'll shoot it Friday. and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. So long story short, 2 days later, I have to drive all the way from Louisville, pick Demon up, or jump in the car with Demon. 7 hours in Gray, Georgia, from Louisville. We jump in the car, drive straight to Orlando. We get there like 6 a.m. We get some sleep, wake up at like 11, show up on the scene of big trucks. Adam, Bravo, Sav's there. We shoot the whole video. We literally jump back in the car, drive back to Demon's house, 6 hours to Gray, Georgia. Sleep, get back in the truck, drive back to Louisville. Next day, wake up, drive an hour and a half back to Lexington to shoot the Joneses. Leave that and go shoot a video the next day too. So we shot 3 videos in 4 days. It was nuts. And Big Truck's one of them. And it happened all within 3 days, 4 days. Like, hey, let's do this song. Oh, Adam, oh, Demon's on it. Oh, Adam's on it now. Oh, video. You're like, what in the world? And
Yeah.
Dude,
that record was big, man. That record like hit hard. Like it hit hard.
It still streams crazy. I think it's my top song on Apple Music. For some reason, it don't show up on my Spotify, so I don't know what it streams on those, but I know it's a lot.
Dude, what is so hearing that crazy story, because that's a process of making videos, and that's what you do. What is the process of making a record? Like, when you go in the studio, because like you said, man, you try not to cuss, you try to make, like, good music, which, I mean, it's natural for you. Obviously, you're a natural-born musician. What is the process of making a record? Like, when you get in there, like, how do you know, like, I'm going to talk to this demographic, or I'm going to make a song for the girls, or I'm going to, you know, how do you know when you get in there?
Really don't. I mean, I write 90% of my songs in my car, because I'm always so busy, so I literally write them in my car. I'm supposed to be writing right now. I'm supposed to have my album turned in within 2 weeks, so.
Oh, jeez.
I've been writing music all week, but it's like hard for me to just sit down and focus on music, because when I'm writing songs, it's usually I'm driving somewhere and I'm listening to a beat, I'm like, oh, this sounds good on it, and I write it down. Or I'll be places and random people be staring at me looking at Chick-fil-A in line, and I'm like, voice mode, trying to make sure. I'm like, yo, this is the name of the beat. So the hook goes like this, and I want to have word. I got the melody, you know. It's like that. I wrote that whole song. I had that song, the melody, like a month before I wrote the lyrics to it. Da 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 da, and then I came back through and wrote lyrics to it.
So it just it comes to you organically, man. Just like when it hits you.
The cussing part really ain't even that hard. I feel like it should be a challenge. If you're educated or you're not a complete dumbass, you should be able to find a word to substitute that is not profanity. You know what I mean? And I feel more powerful when I do it. You know, like I don't know. It's weird. And I think about all the music I made, and I'm like, God, dude, I listen to my music. I got a whole album with Bubba Sparks. We have a whole album I'm never going to be able to drop because it's just so profane and it's nuts. You know, I got songs with Young Jock, a song called "Play with the Dick" with Young Jock.
Oh,
and, like, these are all songs I'm probably never drop now. You know, and, it's cool. The song "Country Money" that me, Bubba, and Paul Wall did. That was 3 years. We did that 3 years ago, and it was really called "Get Money," and I was just like, man, the world needs to hear this. So I made them edit a couple of the cuss words out that they said. I went through and did my whole verse over and changed the hook and said, "Get Money, Country Money," and it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How did that? So you have a collab album out. Was it Boogie Nights? How did that?
That happened? The collab album? What do you mean?
On your website, well, I guess it's not a collab album, but I mean...
No, it was an album. I haven't updated the website. I'm glad you said that. Now I'm going to get that updated. I don't really promote my website much.
Oh, okay. Well, how did that... it looked like you have so many different artists on there. Like,
well, you remember how it goes back to theming after movies?
Yeah.
I themed that up for Boogie Nights. And at that time, I was literally messing with porn stars. And
oh, jeez.
I don't know all the stories about that craziness. A very wild time in my life. So I think that after the Mark Wahlberg Boogie Nights, where he's a porn star and stuff. Yeah. So if you cover that movie, he's like got a schlong almost hanging out. Yeah. So he's got characters of the movie on it. So I put everybody who's featured on it on the cover.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, how do you get all these features? Like, is it just you reach out to people and they want to work with you, or is it more or less just organically, like you bump into them somewhere, or?
It's so funny. You say that. So many artists ask me that all the time. Like, I haven't paid for a feature in. I think the last time I paid for a feature literally was Jelly Roll, and that was like the first one he did. Well, actually, I didn't pay for somebody else paid for it, but they was like, "I'm gonna get a feature for you," and I'm like, "All right," and I think it's the last time I ever paid. A lot of times what happens is these artists that do things for me, and they'll do them for free because we're cool, but it's more of the relationship that I've created with them.
Okay.
But they want to help me, you know, and then I always do like something special for them afterwards, like buy them, like Ritz. He did a feature for me, and Ritz is insanely huge, still with tech, and he had no reason. It's so crazy. He had no reason to even do it for real, but he's always showed me so much love. He did a feature for me and wouldn't let me paint. And so what I did was I knew he'd wear Jordan 4s. So I got online, dude, and I bought him like a rare pair of Jordan 4s. Like, even when he got, yo, did you send me these fucking shoes, bro? Like I ain't even ever seen a fucking Jordan case like this. And they're like, the song is my snake skins or something. It's called Dirty Dancing. So y'all go listen to that Dirty Dancing, Dusty Leigh Talks. But anyway, the thing he plays a pimp. I accidentally took this girl home from the club thinking I'm gonna get some ass or whatever, and it turns out she's a prostitute. And she's like, my pimp's outside, so Brent ends up being the pimp. You can watch the videos dope too. And but on the thing, he said, you gonna make me get some blood on my snake skin. So I bought him some snake skin 4 Jordans that were like insanely rare.
Dude, that's sweet. So like I said, speaking of Jelly's awesome. Jelly's an awesome dude. I've actually gotten the opportunity to make some music with Jelly. Jelly's an awesome, humble dude. Ritz, I'm supposed to be doing an interview with Ritz too. I reached out to him. Both guys seem so like humble.
It's funny, crazy how far I go back with Jelly. Jelly was the first person I ever opened up for.
Oh man.
Yeah, in a place called Alley Cats. They got shot up that night. It was awesome. I mean,
that's crazy. The only time I've been to Kentucky, I went to, I don't want to butcher the name, Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah. I
went there with Jelly. I opened up for him. So that's really the only knowledge of Kentucky I have, other than I do work with some dudes. So I'm in the military, so I work with some dudes from Kentucky. But that was, like I said, that was surprising. I was like, oh shit, he's from Kentucky. I didn't know. Jeez, man, listening to all your music, I never knew where you're from. But yeah, dude, it seems like you surround yourself with just real humble people, and obviously you're humble as well.
People ask me this all the time. Like, artists ask me, how did you get these? And I'm always like, dude, I just create a real relationship with people. You know, like I get around people and myself. I just, like, the funny story, I thought Adam Calhoun was just gonna hate me. You know, I thought like, cause I'm a big personality. I'm funny as fuck. Like, you ain't never met me in person. I'm very fun. Like, when I walk in the room, people know I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's the hat, the boobs, my personality, I'm always throwing jokes. I'm just funny. I try to make everybody laugh. So I'm thinking, like, this dude is about to hate my ass. Like, he's online, always being aggressive, and he said all his songs, and, you know. And we had a great time at the video. Like, and it was fun, because Demon was like, yo, you and Adam are just like, bro, like, so many ways. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm thinking in my head, like, he ain't gonna fucking like me. You know what I'm saying? He just seems like a dude that's like an alpha, but don't like nobody else being around an alpha or anything. And he's complete opposite, dude. So, dude, we leave the video shoot. He gets on Instagram, writes me, he's like, hey, bro, I just want to say, man, thanks for being a real motherfucker, bro. It's rare out here. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Adam? You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you, Adam, for thinking I'm this cool, you know? And now we talk every day. It's like, such a cool dude, bro. He's a very humble person, too. It's funny online because I don't think people really understand how cool Adam really is in person. Like, he's just such a great dude, such a humble man and shit. It's funny because he's so aggressive all the time, but, yeah. Jolly old fella.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I've sent him a couple messages. I'm hoping to get an interview with him at some point. You know, I know everybody's busy. When you speak, like, everything you've done, are you signed to a label?
No, I signed a distribution deal with Sony years ago, and I never even dropped one little EP with them, and it didn't really help me. It didn't do anything.
Jeez.
So I've just been independent my whole life. Never had a manager.
You're doing all this independent?
All of it independent.
Dude, that's phenomenal. Like, that is incredible. Like,
well, the closest thing that I've had a manager is probably Demun Jones. He's been like a mentor for me for the last year. You know, like, he's helped me, guide me in a lot of directions. So a lot of my success is also due to his friendship, you know, and he's guided me in a lot of very positive ways, and he continues to do so, and this him being such a good friend and such a good mentor, dude, has helped my life a whole lot, you know. And plus he's a pioneer in this, and he's OG in this, and people love Demon. Yeah. So, like, yeah, the respect it helps me. It definitely has changed my life in the last year.
Definitely, man. I like his music too, man. I definitely like it, and I've seen he's done quite a few stuff with Adam Calhoun, Broadnax. He's done, he's definitely
Definitely my favorite Amish dude.
He's Amish?
No, he's not Amish.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that, but I mean, I don't know. My wife's got family from Ohio, so I ended up seeing the Amish people, and I had a brand new respect for them after I left seeing them. I was like, my God. So, an American Dilly question I always ask in every interview, man. You've already talked about drinking and stuff. So, what is your favorite thing to mix up, thing to drink, like type of liquor when you're chilling? If you get a moment, obviously, because it seems like you're busy as hell.
I get this question actually all the time. Fans, supporters, anybody want to party because people know I party. What do you drink? And I'm like, that's the fucking problem. I drink everything, so I drink everything, bro. Like it's nuts, and that's how wild nights happen. Is because I usually start off on like vodka or something or whiskey, and then we switch to the next thing, then we switch to the next thing, and usually like I always have to dump it, and they'll be like, man, then moonshine's involved usually, and I've been drinking beer too. And then next thing you know, we wake up and we're like, how the fuck did we get home? We're like naked, sitting in my living room somewhere. And I'm like, what the hell happened, As far as a choice to drink, liquor, are we talking liquor, whiskey, what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big whiskey fan, man. Honestly, I try any whiskey out there.
Favorite bourbon is Watkins.
Which one?
Watkins. Bomb. It's called Watkins.
I'll have to try that.
It's the Bill Watkins, dude. It's like 106. I think it's 103 proof, and it's so sweet and good. It's delicious. I'll tell you another drink that I just discovered probably about a year ago is the Screwball peanut butter whiskey. I love that. Oh,
I love peanut butter whiskey, man. And Old Smoky's got one too out.
And I did try that. Somebody else let me try that. Trying to think, man. I tell you, like shot wise, I tell you what I've become a big fan of. Because I used to drink all Vegas bombs and Jaeger bombs and all that, but I like pickle shots a lot now.
What's what's that?
Like vodka and pickle juice.
Oh, Lord.
I'll tell you what's really good, too. I like Jameson and pickle juice, and I learned pickle juice as a chaser from MGK when I toured with MGK. So I learned that, and that's what he drank, and that shit was delicious, and I was like, this is delicious. But like pickle juice kind of goes with everything almost.
I ain't never tried that. I'm sure... When I'm out in the Dilly Saloon, man, on a reaction video, I would definitely try that and shout you out.
I'm in a tropical area. I like drinking rum or tequila. It's like I'm all about vibes. Whatever vibe I'm having. Like if I'm at a concert and shit, I'm usually drinking sugar-free Red Bull and vodka. So I usually drink straight sugar-free Jaeger if I'm performing. And then if I'm just hanging out, it's Diet Coke and whiskey.
Okay.
But if I'm like in a tropical place, I'm drinking some rum-filled shit.
Yeah, with like a Kenny Chesney vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I'm just a vibe person. My whole life is about energy.
Have you ever tried Kenny's? What is it? Blue Chair Bay. He's got a rum line.
I haven't. I don't think I've tried it.
Oh man, dude, he's got it. He's got rums, of course, but then he's got cream rums. I make milkshakes with them, dude. They are phenomenal. Like key lime pie, rum, or whatever. Like
I'm keto diet right now, but when I get back to eating bad, I'm gonna try that.
Hey, my wife's on keto too, so don't. It's fine. All right. Hey, so real question from a hip hop head: Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Hey, me too, man. Just based on the catalog and everything, like I love Biggie too, but man,
bro, there's never been another. The closest diss track I think in our generation that's happened since Tupac is the back-to-back Drake. Like, I don't think there ever been another one like that. But like, literally, I was like, "Swap, fuck your bitch, you fat motherfucker!" I'm like, God.
Yeah, dude. He didn't hold back.
Which I was probably 4 when they came out. I don't know when they come out like 94 or something.
Yeah, me. Oh, don't. Yeah, me too, man. But still, once I started discovering it, it was like
music. Like people were like, Biggie. I'm like, how? Tupac has 20 albums of hits. Like, have you never heard my greatest hits compared to a Biggie greatest? Like, it's hard to fit. He's got like 40 songs on his shit. This is 2 discs.
Yeah.
And fit them all on there.
And it's still charting. It's like,
bro. Yeah, it's not a comparison, bro. It's like WWE or the F or WCW. Yeah, WCW is cool. You respect Goldberg. You like a little Sting. But fucking Stone Cold and The Rock is running shit. DJ Generation X. Come on, bro.
All right. So, from a country standpoint, who would you put on your country music Mount Rushmore? Like 4 heads on the mountain. Who would you put on your country music Mount Rushmore?
Dude, I fucking love Morgan Wallen. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I have a man crush on Morgan Wallen. I fucking love him.
He's got good music. Like,
I listen to his album every day of my life. At least listen to one of his new songs. Like, it just doesn't even get old. I'm like, it's so incredible. It's such incredible music. Definitely, I think Morgan Wallen is gonna be huge. I'm a huge Travis Tritt fan.
I like Travis too, man. Jeez.
That's tough. I'm actually cool with Randy Travis, so I got to throw Randy in there, you know.
Dude, Randy doesn't make bad music though. I mean, that was actually the first country music cassette my grandmother gave me was Randy Travis.
Well, I've had it's a funny story how that happened, but I'm actually cool. Well, I'm friends with Randy Travis and his wife, so got to throw Randy in there. He showed me so much love. Do you see he reshared? I shouted him out in a song, and they reshared it on Instagram and stuff.
Dude, that's sweet, man. And I know he went through like a hard time, but he's learning how to come back with it.
Doing better. He had a stroke, and it messed him up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's not tied to a wheelchair, but uses a wheelchair to get around. He's learning a lot of motor function and stuff. He's doing better, but he's got some shit coming up that's supposed to help him get him right back on track. You know.
Nice.
But good people. Some of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life.
Dude, that song, the one song that sticks out to me from when I was a kid, and of course as a kid, you don't even know what music's about, you just love the feeling of it, but it's that, What Will You Do With Me Now? Where he's talking about, like, you know, having a one-night stand with the girl, but falling in love with her, like...
Love forever and ever, amen, so much. That's funny.
Oh, man. I like country music from that generation. I mean, I've learned, I've found a couple new guys, but, man, shoot. All back then, like...
I'd have to say Garth Brooks, too.
Ooh.
This is my probably.
All-time. That's my all-time favorite. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah, dude is such a G, bro. He's still, like, most artists and doesn't even stream his music. Like, you know, it's not one streams heard. You know, it's, like, crazy. Like,
yeah.
Dude, concert sells out arenas 3 days in a row and shit. It's like, why do you have to be so badass, bro? Like, 200-person cap, you know?
It's true, man. That's me and my wife. That's like one of our dreams. Is like we got to get to a Garth Brooks concert. And for some reason, they sell out so fast when they're announced. We're like, come on now. Even if I got the nosebleeds, I'd be happy.
Same day, like it's crazy. He'll do dude in Louisville last time he came. He did 3 days, 2 shows a day. Sold them all out. I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck, do you do that, bro? Like what? Like
big arenas too. Big arenas. It's not like he's selling out the bar.
Fancy Youngster, there's like 25,000 people.
Shit, man. Yeah, he had a show on Netflix, man, and I sat there and watched the whole thing like I was a little kid again, like just like Garth. I used to want to be Garth when I was little. Like,
I bet I can see it. On my next album, Demon off of Garth Brooks, and I was gonna call it Garth Brooks, and like still the whole last album covers where he's like in the cowboy hat and the blue button up.
Oh yeah, look.
Redo that and call it Garth Brooks.
You should, dude. Dude, his albums are just awesome, man. That is seriously one artist where I was telling my wife earlier, because I asked her the question before this interview, like, babe, who would you put on your country music Mount Rushmore? And it's so funny when you say it because everybody seems to have a different 4, and sometimes we touch, like, Garth Brooks is definitely one that comes up more often, but like...
Why is Morgan Wallen? Because I feel like Morgan Wallen is going to be like how Drake is hip-hop of the next generation. Morgan Wallen's gonna be that of the country.
Well, he doesn't make bad music, so like, you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, like, I'm trying to think off the greats. Like, I'm not trying to go off of one song. I'm trying to go to people who had decades and decades of hits. They had a 30-year career, and I think Morgan Wallen's gonna be one of those people. Mm-hmm. Stay away from the cameras on the doorbell.
What's up?
As long as they stay away from the doorbell cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked about that. I was like, oh man, that's just...
Dude.
I think you should be allowed to do what you want in your... Stop it, Siri.
On me that was recording. Oh my God, bro. Woo. I can't even imagine the shit that people would be able to use against me because I say some fucked up shit, you know?
Amen. And that's what I said. I was like, I did a reaction video to the TMZ thing, and I was like, what's creepy is not what he did. What's creepy is this neighbor.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, How do you live like that, man? That's like, I'm gonna watch you.
It's locker room talk. You know, I mean, when women get around, if any human being gets around their friends, you're alone. You're talking about shit you shouldn't talk about most of the time.
Amen, man. That's how it is. I mean, like I said, I'm in the military. Not only that, I'm an airframer. When we get in that, when we're in the shop, it's like, you know, and nowadays people are like, hey, you guys got to calm it down. You can't talk about that. You know, you might have somebody in here. I'm like, look, man, we're working, you know, 12-hour days. We're going to just start talking. Like, so, dude, that's that. Damn. A question. I did tell some of my coworkers I was doing this, man, and so they were like, man, ask him a question, man, and it's an off the wall question. What is your favorite sandwich? What do you put on a sandwich? Because a sandwich is such a simple thing to eat, you know. But what is something to go to?
Bro, I'm the least pickiest eater I've ever met. Like, I love all food, literally. I can't think of one. I can think of things I don't prefer to eat if I don't have to. Like, I don't prefer to eat eggs, but I eat eggs. Like, and I'll dish them. Anytime I eat eggs, guess what? There's a lot of cheese going on and shit. There's jalapenos.
Ooh.
I'm a foodie, bro. Anybody know? Anybody's ever toured with me will tell me like a fucking Yelp god, bro. Like, we touch down anywhere, I'm fucking yelping. I don't care what county it is. It might be these fucking Eskimos, sandwich shop, whatever. But I'm making sure that bitch has 4 stars and 3,000 reviews before we go, you know? So, I'm a foodie. I'm a huge foodie. But sandwich-wise, I don't know, man. I have to have a lot of meats. Definitely, I'm a fan of all top, but I gotta have, I don't necessarily have to have lettuce, but I love black olives, pickles, banana peppers. Like, I'm the guy, when you go to, like, Subway has to change the $5 rule when I go in that bitch. There are more people who are like me. I go in there, this shit comes out like this. You know what I'm saying, son? Like, I put everything on that shit.
I'm the same way.
I load that shit up, son. Like, I'm not playing. I'm like, give me some. I'm like, pickles don't go on a Philly cheesesteak. They do today. They do today. Yeah, I want my shit to where you can't close it. So, I'm a foodie, so that's hard, dude. Like, I love Reuben sandwiches, so that's my fucking something. I just made Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Then I cooked. Dude, I'm a foodie. You don't understand.
Oh, believe me. If you talk to my wife, she'll be like, it's hard.
I just put mushrooms, green peppers, red peppers, onions, jalapenos, mayonnaise, not including all the shit I use to season the beef. It's like provolone cheese. Then I put some Mexican shredded cheese on it. That's 3 or 4 cheeses in the shit. So, yeah, bro. And if I could eat sauces right now, I'd put a lot of shit on those, but I had to stay keto friendly.
Yeah, I understand that. That's what my wife tells me that. She's like, it's so hard for me to stay healthy and eat healthy when I get on my track because you just eat everything. And everything is good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
You gotta work around it because...
Yeah.
I done found some shit that's like all ice cream. I got all the snacks. A keto. It was delicious, son.
She did make me a keto lasagna. It apparently didn't have any noodles in it. And... That is like
fire or cabbage or something in it.
Oh yeah, and it's a request. I'm like, babe, make that again. Like that was, you know. She's finding a way to trick me into eating healthy, but that's just, you know.
Believe me.
Hey, in all this music that you've done obviously you've been on all these tours, done all stuff around people. What is something that stands out to you that is just like a keepsake moment that like you just it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. That's like that's a big moment you go back to.
I got my own day.
Got your own day?
Yeah, in Louisville I have Dusty Leigh Day. Yeah.
Dude, that is big.
I also just got last week. I haven't announced it because the frame man came in. I got a personal frame, but I'm a Kentucky Colonel now too.
What?
Yeah,
dude,
so,
they love you.
Yeah, so I do a lot here. Yeah, so Kentucky Colonel is what Colonel Sanders was. So like now I get an issued license plate that says Colonel, Kentucky Colonel on it. My ID can say Colonel Dusty Leigh Esterly. I'm gonna call my album the Colonel most likely. You know?
Bro, you should.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that is phenomenal. I mean, that's like it seems like they've done everything but give you the damn keys to the state.
Yeah, well, I got my own fucking day. You know, like you gotta be really popping to get your own day. Like, look at the Bunny. You know, look at Jesus. You know, Dusty Leigh's got his own day too.
Dude, that is awesome. That is awesome. And what do you like? So, what do you have planned? What do you have planned in the future, man? What's like? You said you were turning in an album, so do you have plans for new albums, obviously, and touring?
Yeah.
Sounds open up.
But touring, I just announced the tour with the Lacs Demun Jones. So
Ooh.
the country, that tour is going to be nuts. Like 60 shows already, every week, a year for the rest of the year, starting next week.
Yeah.
We have all time in June, which we already have shows booked for that ain't on that. But once October starts, I'm booked 3 days of the week, no matter what, for the rest of the year till Christmas. So like, yeah, and I don't know if you've ever been to a Lacs Demun Jones show, but the smallest crowd we'll have is 1,000 up to 5,000. Like insane shows. Like,
jeez, I like both of those acts. I mean, put them with you, like.
Well, I didn't know how big the Lacs really was on the road. They're huge on the road. Like, it's nuts. Like, the first time I ever went to one of their shows, I'm like, I'm new to the country rap scene. I know who they are, but I don't know their music. And I'm listening to their music. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then I show up into an arena in Pikeville, and there's like 6,000 people, and Blackstone Cherry's opening up for the Lacs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, and like, so, and it's cool, man. Like, being able to do it, I tell people all the time, it's crazy. A year ago, I was signed to Dirt Rock, and some things happened that I can't really discuss. But I'm still cool with everybody on there. You know?
That's sweet. I was actually just about to ask you. So they're Dirt Rock. So definitely because the Dirt Rock fan base is crazy. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, everybody on Dirt Rock still loves me. I just had an issue with one person.
Yeah.
God bless his heart. But anyway, it was just easier for me at the moment to walk away, and because I'm still very good friends with Clay and Brian and Hard Talk, everybody that's associated with them. So it was just a very situation where it was easier for me just to walk away at the moment and keep all our friendships and separate the business at the moment. And it's been better, and here I am a year later.
Yeah.
Like, we're still such good friends. Clay and Brian's let me go on tour with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was actually a year ago. I tell people how funny like God works. A year ago, I was following this tour, showing up just to hand out my CDs. And if this is God's honest truth, you can ask Hard Target and West Now, I would sell their merch just to have somewhere to hand my CDs out. And I'm like, a year later, yeah. So I tell like people know, like, that know me, like, I grind my ass off. I work very hard, you know. So it's like the fact that now I'm getting to perform on this tour, I'm about to shake it. Like, it's got to go. I promise, by the end of the year, I'm gonna be twice the artist I am right now. Yeah, for sure.
That's big. And I've seen Hard Target's working with Mako now, with Brabo and.
Yeah. It's cool, man, to see everybody working collectively. You know, I don't understand. It's such a small genre, so when people dissing and shit, it's like, it's beyond to me. Like, if you know, and what's crazy is, I'm not even gonna lie, the people that don't get love or anything, that they bring it on themselves most of the time. Most of the time I see it, it's like, you did this to yourself. Why would you do? You know what I'm saying? You're talking shit about people, or
amen.
Like, and I can see why they don't work with you. So it's like, what the hell? It's such a small genre. Like, dude, like, that's one thing about me is, like, I'm cool with everybody. You know, like, I don't talk bad about anybody. I don't do anybody. There's people I try to stay away from. If there's too much if there's drama associated with them, I just try not to work with them.
Yeah.
No, because I don't want to be associated with that. Like, I live a good life. I'm very blessed. God has blessed me. So it's like, I'm a fun person. Everybody's one thing. I need to get t-shirts made that say everybody's got a Dusty Leigh story. If we've hung out, you have a fucking story that people are going to be like, what the fuck, for real? Like, dude, that's why I have to I got to drink on occasionals, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Everybody gets a Dusty Leigh story.
I liked on your website how it said, I make Dusty look good.
Yeah, make Dusty look.
I like that. I like that. That's sweet, dude. So, in the future, man, do you think we'll see? You already said you got music with Savannah. You're talking to Adam. Do you think we'll see music with you and Hard Target?
Yeah, well, me and Target, shit, dude, it was crazy. Me and Target got, I think, 5 songs already.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
He came to stay with me one week, and we shot 3 videos.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm on my album with, he's on, what is it called? Shit, it was the first song we saw. It was on my album, my last one. What's it called? One Day, or no, I'll be fine. Oh, One Day at a Time. And then we are on his song. It's on his album, No Breaks. Then me, him, and Wes Now collabed on their EP, and that's called Whiskey. And yeah, we're gonna probably have 10 more songs in the next year or two.
That's sweet. That's another. He's another artist. I've been chatting, trying to. I'm trying to like just do interviews lately on the channel because. I'm pardon?
Tell him if he's lucky.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, reactions are so one-sided at times, but I really like to get down and talk with the artists because there's stories behind things, you know what I mean? And just everything. Like that Honky Tonk video you did, I could definitely see that, dude, that was, first of all, phenomenal video. Like, it looked like a movie.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But I know there's a story behind it, right?
Yeah, man, everything. Well, it's crazy how all my videos come together. It's so funny it's one thing I do too really well. As soon as I write my hook before the song is even done, I usually in my head I'm thinking about the video. And then I come up with funny ass ideas like the Honky Tonk video. I'm like, there's gotta be live fucking chickens, man. I gotta have some fucking chickens, man. Then I'm like, who can bring me hay bales? And I want people to be like, they have fucking chickens? And then Josh Moonshiner hits me up and I'm like, Moonshiner Josh, come to fucking be in this video. He's like, all right, I'm on my way. And now we got fucking Moonshiner Josh in this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how it all comes.
I liked it at the end. Like I'm looking for people. I'm looking for folks from a band.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I have like my team will help me, but usually I already have a skit wrote. Like me and Justin Champagne have a song out called "Good Vibes Only." It's gonna be on my album. It is phenomenal, and I'm talking about I'm already writing funny skits for that and telling him like. I'm like I said, I want to be a comedian. So, and if you ever meet me in person, you'll be like, this dude is just funny, dog. Like I just joke all the time. Like I'm one of them people. I remember me and Struggle touring. We first got prison. Struggle was like my best friend in the world for like we toured for like 2 years, dude. And he just got out of prison. He's like this big, mean, scary looking dude who'll rip your head off. And I'm like throwing gay jokes at him and just joking on him. He's like, I don't know what it is. I usually kill somebody if they talk to me. And like his other friends like, why do you let him talk to you like that? And it's just like, it's Dusty, like me and Adam, we have the funniest. Our whole text read is just fucking hilarious, Me and Demon, that's just who I am, man. I don't ever try to intentionally hurt somebody's feelings or anybody that has a relationship with me knows all we do is joke.
Yeah.
Like I heard the shit yesterday. He's like, thanks. I was like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just that's how we are. We talk shit to each other, and so that's the relationship I kind of have with everybody. Hell
yeah. So the new project you got coming out, man. You haven't released anything about it yet?
Nah, I just got it. Well, I just dropped that EP, Honky Tonk. So if y'all haven't done Honky Tonk, go check that out with Brandon Hart. We literally recorded everything in the basement of my house. Which I'm in here now. It's my studio. It's a nice studio though. But
looks like it. Yeah, man. It looks like you got a great setup.
Yeah, we did it all in 10 days, and I just dropped that. And I think this is my third video I'm dropping from it out of 6 songs. Like we did 20 songs, and it's like I only put 6. So now because I'm going on tour with the Lacs, it'd be hard to keep recording and doing all that. So I'm trying to get an album on deck, and you got to turn them in to properly promote them and stuff. You got to turn them in to distributors 8 weeks early, So I'm trying to have it turned in by June, so when July, August comes out, I can start dropping singles.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, man. Well, hey, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on the channel, man.
How you doing, bro?
Those are definitely, that's like I said, that's all the questions I got. But dude, definitely want to check out a show, and like I said, you'll see me on the tube, bro. What's up?
What city are you in?
Right now, so I'm in the military, man. So right now I'm in Virginia. I'm from Florida, and I'll be moving around. So,
What part?
I'm over on Virginia Beach.
How close are you to Fredericksburg?
Man, ain't far. We can get there.
I go to, I think it's July 31st. I'm in Fredericksburg, Virginia. July 30th, I'm in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and then that Sunday I'm in Myrtle Beach. It's me, the Lacs Demun Jones. So you shouldn't be too far.
No. I'll check. I'm working on my workups right now. I am going to have to fly out to the West Coast with the squadron and stuff. But no, dude, I would definitely try to hit it up. And yes,
Gotcha.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, price tickets.
Dude, that'd be sweet. Okay.
Got you.
Nah, man, that'd be sweet.
Dude, thank you for your service too.
Awesome, man. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who says that, man. It's so awesome. Thank you for coming on the channel and everything, dude. Like, geez, I'm just trying to knock out interviews because, like I said, for me, it's a little personal when I get to talk to the artist and not just talk about them.
I like to be able to talk and people ask me questions and stuff that people want to know. So it's like I never know what people want to ask me, and a lot of times they ask me crazy shit and they get crazy answers, you know.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one, bro. This one had me laughing, man. Awesome.
I appreciate you, bro. You take care.
Awesome, bro. You too.
America.